Hmm. Donna White. Age 28. Organic amnesia.
This tastes so plain. When did your cooking get so bad?
What? I'm sorry for trying to make your day better.
Whatever. I'm going to work.
Ah, I see. It was the sort of blackout Will described with PCP, a type of anesthetic. Her poor husband had no idea.
Hey honey, I'm home. I'm sorry for this morning. Life has been... Donna? Donna, are you there?
That poor man had no idea what he was coming home to. Comparison was made with the acts of violence occasionally committed during temporal lobe or psychomotor seizures.
Donna White, you are convicted of the third-degree murder of Charlie White. You will be relocated to Burt Psychiatric Hospital, for you do not remember the crime. Case closed.
Hello, Donna. How are you feeling?
I'm not sure. Am I a murderer?
Well, Donna, I can't answer that question. But from what I've read, it seems that you're just a woman looking for happiness.
Thanks, Doc.
So, can you tell me what happened before the accident occurred?
I don't remember, Doc. All I remember is the sadness. He didn't make me happy. But I didn't kill him.
Well, maybe you didn't, Donna, but part of you did. But that doesn't make you a murderer. This initial meeting is what sparked my interest in her, an individual with a seemingly gruesome past, unable to remember any of it. She spent 4 years in a psychiatric hospital for the criminally insane, despite doubts as to whether she was either a criminal or insane. She seemed to accept her incarceration with a certain relief. The sense of punishment was perhaps welcome, and there was, she doubtless felt, security in isolation. As the years passed, Donna grew more accustomed to her new life and was eventually given some freedom. In her old life, she enjoyed walking and gardening, and so with her new freedom, she began to do these activities once more, though still struggling to cope with her predicament.
I'm not fit for society.
In the following years, I met with her many times, attempting to jog her memory of anything that happened that night, all to no avail. It seemed no matter if we were meeting in my office or in the garden, she was always unnerved by the subject, and no real ground was made until one evening in the middle of June. It was her fondness of walks that had precipitated this second act of her strange history. On that evening, she was involved in a hit-and-run with a drunk driver. She sustained a severe head injury. massive bilateral subdural hematomas, which were at once surgically evacuated and drained, and severe contusion of both frontal lobes. She lay in a coma hemiplegic for almost 2 weeks, and then, unexpectedly, she started to recover. And now, at this point, the nightmares began.
I really did kill you, Charlie. Didn't I?
That night was the first and only night that Donna called me to her room in a panic.
Donna, you called for me.
I can't do this, Doc. I can see the blood on my hands. Night after night after night. I killed him!
What was happening to Donna? What had happened? That this was a sudden eruption of psychotic fantasy was ruled out by the veridical quality of the reminiscence shown, and even if it were entirely psychotic fantasy, why should it occur now, quite suddenly, unprecedentedly, with her head injury? There was a psychotic, or near-psychotic, charge to the memories. They were, in psychiatric parlance, intensely or over-cathected, so much so as to drive Donna to incessant thoughts of suicide. But what would be a normal cathexis for such a memory? The sudden emergence from total amnesia, not of some obscure Oedipal struggle or guilt, but of an actual murder. Her character, judgment, and general personality were wholly preserved. It was specifically and solely memories and feelings of the murder which now erupted uncontrollably, obsessing and tormenting her. After discussing with her, I left that night, leaving her to her own devices. I returned the next morning to see her hanging from her bedsheet, tied to the rafters of her room. But what of the status of the first lost, then recovered memory? Why the amnesia and the explosive return? Why the total blackout and then the lurid flashbacks? What actually happened in this strange, half-neurological drama? All these questions remain a mystery to this day.